Hello, everybody. If you're 45 or older, talk to your doctor, schedule a colonoscopy. We are extracting honey today. And it's going to be a smaller harvest. We have already done one extraction, and we made one more this year, depending on if bees make it through the rest of the season or not. If they abscond or anything like that, we're just going to extract what we have in the hives and call it a year. Uh, Oops, I forgot to turn on my other camera here. Hope everybody's doing well. Let's see here. Boom. I'm also using another external camera here to record and maybe do a video for the bee channel here in the future. Anywho, this is one of our honey supers. And the bees haven't completely capped this stuff off yet. But you can see there, they have started. So that's 50%. I don't see any leaking out anywhere when you shake it. So I'm going to call it good. Most of it, since it's only going to be a little bit, is probably going to go to my nutrients for my garden in the future. I do still have a bunch that I will be bearing up, putting in bears, that is. All right. Anyhow, it's the 13th of August, 2025. And this is our 8th season beekeeping. We've got 3 honey supers with honey in them in various forms of ripeness. We are in Minnesota, central Minnesota. The reason why I started keeping bees was because our gardens getting pollinated well enough. So I decided I'd try honeybee husbandry, I guess. All right. I have to go get a strainer bag, so I'll be right back. funny, my thumbnail. I mean, I took a picture, but it never. So apparently, I didn't get the camera opened in time. Little door that opens off for my camera. Anyways, here's our Micron filter bag. This is my little apparatus that I stick it in, and then I put a piece of wire through it to hold it onto the extractor, and then right into our pail it goes. Hope everybody's doing well. There's a few people I haven't seen in the chats lately. I hope they're doing well. I'm not going to mention any names. We are definitely coming to the end of our season for everything. The garden's doing awesome. There's things that aren't, of course, but that's kind of par for the course there. I'm making a time lapse with my other camera, or with my regular camera, video camera, to then kind of use for practice and doctor up for practice on YouTube. All right, so that's my little apparatus. I'm going to hang from the spout from the extractor. This bucket with the spout on it is going to go underneath the extractor. Once we get some honey rolling in there. And let's see, I'm missing my decapping tool. I saw that fall one day, so I imagine it's on the ground. Or I picked it up and moved it over here. Not. Well, it wouldn't be the best thing in the world if I can't find that. Oh, there it is. This is my toolbox, but I don't usually keep the decapper in it because I don't usually need it in the box when I have the box. All right, anyways. This is our decapping tray. What are we decapping? We're decapping the honey. All right, so you can see part of it has wax on it here. And what I do is I just take and scrape the little bit off the top. I'm going to do it with the tray here, but you can see there. And now the honey is exposed. And in the extractor, it will squirt out. So we are only going, we're not going for a giant pumpkin anymore. It ceased to manifest, I guess is the best way I can put it. The big ones kept splitting. If I just solely went for one big pumpkin. So what I did is I let 5 or 6 of them just go, and I'm just gonna, practice this year. I guess I've grown a couple 100-pounders before, but apparently just the super rapid growth you get from the really big ones needs some practice. I tried a couple of different tricks. They didn't seem to work. Of course, I may not have been, applying them correctly. Last minute idea. But the ones that are going right now doubled in size overnight. I was surprised. So we're going to get something for big pumpkins. I just don't know how many and how big. It'll be interesting to see what honey is here. I don't expect to find any linden, which is the kind of minty flavored, because I had already extracted and there's only just a minute amount of it this year, which seems like about normal. Sounds like the linden tree only produces nectar like couple times out of every 5 years. So I guess it's not a surprise if we didn't get any this year, or not much this year. All right, first round is decapped. We're going to turn on the extractor and then slowly ramp up the speed. And one of my biggest tips is anytime you're dealing with these buckets with a spout on them, make sure they're closed and closed tight before you do anything with them other than look at them. So this is the extent of the extraction process. Pretty basic. I see I got a couple of yellow jackets stealing from me. I'm doing some robbing, so I'm going to do some killing. Yeah. Back off. Oh, shoot. Oh, that's probably because the door's open, or the screen's wide open, too. There. That'll keep a few of them out. Other than that, our medical garden's doing well. You can check out some of the videos on that. If you're not just into honey. Oofda. Anyhow, every couple of minutes you just give that a little crank up, and then you can hear it spilling out of the frames. As long as it's not shaking back and forth real bad, you're all right. If it is, then maybe you want to flip those frames around and it'll balance them out a little more. And then you can flip them back around to finish extracting. There's the first bear collecting on the bottom. Usually once I can get it all the way turned up to 10, and then if I can't see anything splattering on the walls, I'll stop, but I see it. Honey's pretty thick, so you want to get it all out of there, but you don't want to waste a bunch of time either and energy. It's all about the balance, though. All right, we're going to take a look and then spin it around. And then when we run this other side, I'll give you a look. Yeah, pretty dry in there. They clean it out pretty good. And this year, if I don't smell anything or notice any really dark or really light honey, then I will probably just mix everything together. All right, low speed. Got to wash my hands. All right, 26. Oh, I don't know if all of them are full though. And a lot of people will put the frames back on the hive so the bees can clean them off. That is one option. They will clean them spick and span. There won't be a drop left on them, right? But from what I've heard and what I've seen, if you put them away for the winter with a coating on them, that kind of protects the wax and it doesn't seem to dry out so bad. Either way, it's still usable, but the potential for damage is more if it's weak, so and dry, like thin paper. We're about done with this one. Tasty. This is going to be a really quick extraction. That's okay. The main goal is to see if we can get the bees to live through the winter these days. Oh, I know a lot of people won't be probably checking this out because I didn't get a good picture, so it probably looks like there's nothing. Like I'm not, like I don't have my camera on, and I believe I do. Anyways, we're extracting honey. It's fall. Next thing is garden stuff. And then after that is our herbal garden, which we're excited for that. We're excited for everything. Last year, everything was so wet. The only pumpkins we got were some volunteers, and we actually had quite a good harvest of pumpkins, but the ones we planted in the garden, but weather-wise, I mean, we've had plenty of sun, I guess, and plenty of rain. Um, it's pretty much been one or the other. The last couple of days have been about the nicest we've seen, uh, because it wasn't over 90 or raining, which most of the summer it's been that way. All right, so I'm going to hold this up then and look down in there. It's whipping pretty good. Trying to change the download here and it ain't. I don't know. Or change the change the thumbnail because I have it closed here. And I can't do nothing now, apparently. Oh, well. Oh. All right, next box. Let's just throw the whole thing up here and whip through it. Hey. Going to be a few bees. All right, we also have propolis in here. Now, we're not going to collect a bunch of it, but anything that's gumming up the works here, I am. Just because it's good for the health of the hive to have propolis in here. But I also use it for some of my plants when they get damaged. Matter of fact, I'm going to have to bring some with me today. That's about it. That's bee propolis here. It's bee glue, basically. Looks a lot like beeswax, but it's different. And with that propolis in there, it does not make it easy to get these frames out. Right. Gotta start. This is the box that had some brood in it last year, so the queen got up in there and laid some eggs in here. Anybody in the chat run any of the genetics this year that we had? I know there was only a few of you, but any of you here now? What were your experiences? Minnesota had a ton of aphids this year. Did you guys have any aphids? Wasn't a lot else. Had some white flies early. Grasshoppers. Leaf hoppers. I don't remember what else. Here's some of the flour. I can't see a damn thing. Okay, whatever. That's the blueberry sprinkle from the indoor. Smells good. Mm. Okay. Yeah, if you can't tell, I'm just killing time. Like I said, I was going to use some of this video here, maybe try and mix and match them together. It's all so I can learn how to do more on YouTube for content creating or whatever you want to call it. Yeah, I don't know. I've gotten a lot farther than I thought I would making videos on YouTube. So that's cool. Come on out, bees. There were some bees in that last box that I brought up. Had to let them out. Their bellies were full of honey, and they want to take them back to the hive. We are about ready to open up our little valve. This one didn't have much anything in it, but might as well get it. Still hear it pouring out. It's like rain on a tin roof. The Micron bag that I'm using down here is to strain out the wax particles and any bees that might have gotten in here. And then I'll take that beeswax and purify it basically, and we can spread it on our frames, our new frames and foundations, or I should say, spread it on our new foundations when we get new foundations. So the bees don't have to create it themselves. It takes 6 pounds of honey to make 1 pound of beeswax. So if you can supplement any beeswax that they're going to need for the year by painting it on your empty frames, better off doing that. Ooh, unbalanced load there. I'm going to spin a little bit out of this side, and then I'm going to spin the heavy one around. Actually, spin them all around. Nobody's got any questions, comments? Where do you get your honey from? Leave something in the comments down below. Like and subscribe. Tell your friends about my other videos if they're interested. Get the word out. You gotta get the gadgets made. I think those are pretty good examples, though, of what the potential for the gadget is. And that's just what I can put off in video. I can't explain some of the fabulous things I'm noticing about how this thing works and what it does, how it makes the plant react. Well, we're stuck. Jeepers. I am going to have to get some of this propolis out of here to get this thing back together in the spring. It'll be dried out by then, and we'll flake off pretty easy and be a little bit cleaner to deal with. Getting some more beeswax off of this thing here. Beeswax. I don't usually have to deal much with yellow jackets, but they're starting to come in here like crazy. So, what I usually do when I get a lot of bees in here regular bees, honeybees, I'll smoke them out. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to fire up the smoker. Yeah. Keep them from coming in here for a little while. You won't be able to smell the honey in here. Well, let's see. I'm gonna wash my hands again. All right, now this one's about halfway up and it's wobbling, so we're gonna give it about a minute on this side, flip it around. So far, so good with my not exactly repair, readjustment of the basket in here. I think may have been why it was squeaking all the time. The basket got a little out of alignment, or just the way it hooks up to the motor and the extractor. it could have been a little tightened up. So I tightened everything up. I'm not hearing the squeaking noise anymore other than the chair I'm in. The bees are evacuating. Of course, I can't see anything anymore. Theirs is more balanced. We're just going to hit this other side at high speed. Get everything out of there. But I reckon that's about it. I probably won't even play this because it doesn't seem like everybody was checking it out because that damn screen was blotted out. But if I can get it fixed and change that over, which I should be able to, then I'll leave it on here probably. But like I said, it's all just learning for me right now. There you. So I definitely learned something. All right, let's open up the valve, huh? See what it looks like. The moment you've all been waiting for. Thanks everybody for watching. If you're 45 or older, talk to your doctor, get a colonoscopy. Bye. That thing never fucking turned on.